How to move from this to that using ChatGPT and Gemini. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm so excited to share one of my favorite projects so far, completely transforming this area in front of my house into a beautiful flower bed. What started as a patch of grass is now a clean, elegant landscape with gorgeous roses, decorative rocks, metal edging, and a design that's both beautiful and easy to maintain. If you've ever wanted to upgrade your yard without hiring professionals, this video is for you. I'll show you everything I did, what worked, what I do differently, and hopefully inspire you to create your own garden. Let's get started. This area used to be covered with Bermuda grass. It looked messy, and the grass kept growing into the flower bed. I wanted something much cleaner and more modern. My goals were simple. Border, plant colorful roses, reduce weeds, make watering easier, and add decorative rocks that would look beautiful all year long. Before digging, I spent time planning the layout. I wanted soft curves that would complement the front of the house. I also had to keep my existing plants in mind, especially my iris and my crepe myrtle. One important thing I learned is that every plant has different needs. The roses like mulch around the roots. The iris need their rhizomes exposed. Thinking about these details before starting saved me a lot of work later. The next step was installing the metal landscape edging. This made a huge difference. It created a clean separation between the lawn and the flower bed. Installing it took some patience because I wanted smooth lines instead of sharp angles. Once it was in place, I could already picture what the finished garden would look like. Honestly, the edging alone made everything look much more professional. The edges I got fit perfectly. However, the right corner was very hard to handle due to the tight curve. So I had to use top edging instead of the metal edges to keep the curve flowing to the pole. Next, I had to remove the grass where the roses will be planted. I was very careful not to kill the iris that's already planted. Then I made sure to smooth the soil where the rocks will set so the soil is flat as much as possible. Now for my favorite part, planting the roses. I bought beautiful roses from Costco. Before planting, I dug wide holes and loosened the soil so the roots could spread more easily. Next came weed control. I used landscape fabric in the rocks area. All the material I used, I would just take the measurements, feed them to ChatGPT and Gemini, and they would tell me how much I need to buy of each product. After digging to remove the grass, I placed the landscape fabric over the soil to block sunlight and help prevent weeds from growing. Then I add some sand, but this step is completely optional. I also used a splitter to split the white rocks from the gray ones so they won't spill over. It was time for the decorative rocks. I chose white Waikiki rocks because I wanted a bright, clean look that contrasts nicely with the green plants and colorful flowers. Adding the rocks instantly transformed the entire area. It looked brighter, cleaner, and much more finished. After placing each rose, I backfilled with soil, watered deeply, and checked that the planting depth was correct. I also left enough space between each plant so they have room to grow over. The next few years, then I covered everything with mulch. The mulch not only helps suppress weeds but also keeps moisture in the soil and improves the appearance of the flower bed. One thing I made sure to do was keep the mulch away from the crowns of my plants so they could stay healthy. To make the bed look even more appealing, I added organic cow manure. Seeing those roses in the ground made the whole project start to feel real. To keep the sprinkles away from the roses, I had to dig and take one of the sprinkles heads off. Sometimes it's the finishing touches that make the biggest impact. Looking back, I'm so happy with how everything turned out. The flower bed looks organized, elegant, and much easier to maintain. The roses have room to grow. The iris are protected, and the edging keeps the grass from invading the flower bed. Every time I pull into my driveway, I smile because I remember how much work went into creating this space. It took me 3 weeks of work Saturdays and Sundays only. I did all the work solely along with my cat Tutti, who is my managing supervisor. If you would like to know which materials I used, leave me a comment below. I hope this project inspires you to tackle your own garden makeover. You don't have to do everything in one day. Take your time, enjoy the process, and remember that gardens grow more beautiful with patience. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.